So now that you've completed your budget, your schedules, what's going to happen next is that when your schedule is submitted and it's looked at by your professor, they're going to change an assumption here. And they're going to change it on their master file. So maybe they'll change the units, maybe they'll change the 21, maybe they'll change this percent or this dollar or this percent or anything in yellow, something will change. And then they're going to go look at your schedules to see if they match theirs. So if I change mine to $25 and yours to $25, they should still match. The schedules over here should both match perfectly. It should flow through as long as you didn't hard code. As long as you pointed back to the yellow cells, anybody's who's done correctly will match. So that's the first thing. And so if the assumption change on the master and yours and the reports match, you'll get the 70 because you've done a correct live model. That's very useful in the field just because assumptions change so much. So building a live model where your decision maker can see immediately within virtually minutes, they can be emailed the new budget based on the change in assumption. They're going to be super excited about that. And it avoids a lot of errors and of redoing things, and you got distracted and now all of a sudden there's a goof in the budget. And it saves a lot of headaches. So that's a great deal of the points. The rest are about the advice. So there's a couple of questions here that your entrepreneurs want to know. They want a salary so they don't have to go out and get a job. And they need the salary to be at least $50,000 or more. And so they want to know, hey, with this new nationwide contract, can we get a salary, or do we need to have a job and do this on the side? They also want to know, hey, can I repay the loans? That would be interesting. And they want to expand into 2 product lines, car seats and furniture, but there's a big upfront cost of doing that. And they want to know, hey, can we get a salary? Can we repay the loans? Can we also expand into product lines? And so you now have the budget. So you need to read your budget to see whether or not they can. And once you've done that, you're going to tell them in the first sentence here, this is the sample memo. You do not have to use this. You can write your own, but if you just want a general idea of what it might be, this is not going to be a long memo, but it needs to be clear and it needs to match your budget. So we have to know that you comprehended the budget. You can read it and know what it says and what it means. So the first sentence, our analysis shows that you can, but not this. So what can you do, but what can't you do? Or, of course, you could trade off and do this instead of that. So obviously you have to put the content in there. But the first sentence would address their question about how much of this can we do? Where are the, salary, loans, car seats, furniture, 4 things. Can we do all of it, some of it, none of it? What did you find? And then they're also going to notice, your entrepreneurs, that profits and cash flow don't match, and they want to know why. Why aren't they the same? And so you need to explain that. So that's a theory question that hopefully you've learned in this class. And then it's very important anytime you present a report to your client or to your partner or to your loan officer or whoever it is that you're trying to explain what's going on in your business, you need to let them know that a budget is based on assumptions, and if those assumptions change, of course the budget will also change. So budgets are an estimate, and you hope that it's close or better than what you forecasted, but budgets can be wrong if any one of the assumptions is wrong. And so you always want to be sure to let your reader know that it's not a guarantee that it will be exactly 76,000 or whatever the number is that ended up in your budget. That this is a forecast and is only as good as the assumptions. So any reader or any entrepreneur that's looking at this has to verify that these assumptions are reasonable assumptions. All right. So there you go. You can use it or create your own, but that just sort of gets you started so that you Don't have to imagine what the heck might a short advice memo look like. So you're going to give good, clear advice. You're going to explain cash flow versus profit, and you're going to explain the cautions and limitations of a budget. Okay, and so you can see some points assigned for that. This is professional writing. So the spelling has to be correct. The grammar has to be correct. You have to use your technical words. You have to translate your technical words into English, so don't use your buzzwords. Use your regular everyday language here, and it has to be organized. So you're not playing tennis where you're talking about the student loan and then talking about something else, and now you're back to student loan, and now you're talking about something else, and now you're back to student loan again. That's very difficult for a reader. So talk about the student loan all in one place, or talk about the salary all in one place. Don't play ping pong in your writing in giving advice memos. So anyway, look forward to seeing your work. It's been great working with you. Take care.